I don't know that this was safe to drive, but I did, and it didn't fall apart. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and in today's episode, we are going to remove the bed off of the Isuzu MINITRUCK and take a look at this frame and make fun of pigeon shit welds and other hackery. Today in the mail, I did receive my 4-link, which we're about to unbox, and I've got everything else on the way. Well, it's ordered. I don't know if it's on the way. I sent them an email and see what's going on with that, because I don't even think it's shipped. But basically, it's all the bags, the bag brackets. I'm going to do a bag on bar on this, and I got some other little odds and ends. But anyways, let's take a look at this 4-link real quick, and then we will tear into the truck and see how bad the frame is. Okay, let's see. So here we have, these are our adjustable 4-link ends, and they look pretty beefy. Now this kit I bought from Isuzu Fabrications, and it was about $400, which isn't bad because it looks to be really good quality. We've got TIG welds on the end of these, and they are adjustable, and this is a weld-in kit. It's not a bolt-in, and what we have, keep unboxed, so here's our tabs. These are what we weld onto the frame, you know, 2 per end. I'm just assuming some of you viewers are not familiar with this, but yeah, these weld on here. It's got all the bushings, the spacers, and it even has a hole tapped for a Zerk fitting, so you can grease these, which is something I definitely wanted because nobody likes a squeaky truck. And these are decently beefy. They did say, I guess when they looked at my cart, they saw where I ordered the bag brackets that go on the frame to do a bag on bar setup. And they mentioned that these are not sturdy enough for a bag on bar, you know, to mount the bag on this. What else we got in here? Probably just more 4-link ends. Oh, all the hardware, check that out. Grade 8 hardware, not bad. Oh, so I got off topic a little bit. What they suggested was do like a 1/4-inch gusset on the bottom of this bar, like the lower bar where the bag bracket is going to mount to. And I can already feel they look pretty solid, but you got to think the weight of the truck is going to be riding on this bar. So definitely we're going to beef that up with a 1/4-inch gusset. So anyways, let's get this bed off here. All right, 1 down. I don't know how many to go. We'll unplug this while we're down here. The tail light harness. Okay, I've got one more connector to disconnect, and it's for the license plate light. actually that, yeah, it is connecting. Okay, the bed should lift right off now.
Huh?
1, 2, 3.
That's too high. I can't lift it that high.
Okay, hang on. Let me get it over the wheel.
No, that hurts.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
It's heavier in the front. Yeah.
You want to pick up the back? All right, guys, that was actually pretty easy. There were only 4 19mm bolts or nuts that held it on. Not bad. They did do some rigging right here. Thought this was pretty neat. I don't even know what this contraption is. So the frame, let's see how bad. So this is, wow, look at that. It looks like they just reached up in here with a MIG welder, with flux core, no gas, and just hit whatever spots they could. Terrible work, if I must say. And I don't know that this was safe to drive, but I did, and it didn't fall apart. So here we have a plate. Actually, let's do that. Let's count all of the plates that's holding this frame together. So we have 1 here, 2 here, 3. This is holding the leaf spring hanger on. Okay, this cross member has been replaced, or it's just been added to this plate. So we were at 3, oh my goodness, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 12 plates on this side of the frame. 13, 14, 15, 16. That's rubber. 16. Oh, this is a big one too. No, it's not. Okay, here we go. 17. 18, 19, 20, 21. This one's not even welded. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but the top of that's not even welded. I lost count. What was that, 17? 18, there's one right here behind the gas tank. So 18 plates is what is holding this frame together. That is pretty wild. Check this exhaust hanger out too. I just welded a bolt. Put the rubber, hey, it works. Like I said, not gonna knock it. I mean, this was no show truck. This was just a truck that somebody was trying to keep on the road and get them to work and wherever they were going. But obviously you can see why we are going to build a custom frame from pretty much the fender back. And if you look here, I'm not sure if you are an Isuzu guy and you're watching this video, let me know in the comments, is this drive shaft supposed to be centered on or underneath that drive shaft tunnel? Because I would venture to say it is supposed to be, however, it is not. And I mean, this frame rail looks a little tweaked. This one looks higher. If you stood behind the truck when the bed was on it, this side of the truck was actually leaning, or this side was leaning. It was higher on the driver's side. So, you know, I'm not surprised in the condition of this frame. It is a little bit worse. I can't believe that I was driving it. I actually hauled like a whole truckload of junk out of my garage to prepare for this build because I had accumulated a lot of car parts and stuff that I needed to get rid of. And honestly, I was nervous the whole drive. It was like 5 miles from here, but this truck's so bouncy, I had some extra weight in the back, and I was just imagining the frame just snapping in half and me being on the side of the road or wrecking into a wall. All right, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. I just wanted to do a quick video and tear into this truck a little bit more because I hadn't had the bed off yet either. I just kind of looked underneath to see how bad the frame was before I drove it. But I did want to drive it for a couple days and make sure that the engine and transmission were solid, and they are very solid. I would not be spending $2,000–$3,000 on this build, not to mention hours of my time, if it wasn't worth fixing. The cab, very solid. There's no rust in the cab corners or rocker panels. It's literally from the back of the cab back that's rusted out on this frame. And again, we're going to replace more than that with a custom 2x3 by 3/16 wall frame. And in the next episode, we're going to pull this cab off here and probably start taking more stuff apart, just tearing the truck down. I'm still waiting on, as I mentioned, I've got, our 4-link here. I'm still waiting on the bags, the front bag brackets, all of the bag brackets actually, and some other odds and ends. So in the next video, like I said, the cab, the video after that, we will probably be hopefully welding bag brackets onto the front and get the front of this truck on the ground. That's where we're going to start at, is getting that on the ground. We'll take all of our measurements for our frame before we cut these factory frame rails. We want to keep the wheelbase the same, the width. We need to account for the cross members that are on here. We're of course going to add some cross members. This truck is going to be more solid and sturdy than it was from the factory, and especially in this condition right now. So if you're not already subscribed, subscribe to this build. This is a very niche thing, mini trucks. It's kind of been dead, but I'm super excited for this build. And if you don't know anything about these trucks or these types of builds, they are really interesting. There's going to be a lot of metal fabrication, a lot of suspension work, math, geometry, all that. And I'm not good at math or geometry, but we're going to work on it together. And there's a lot to be learned with this build, and I'm super pumped for it. So like this video, subscribe, and I will see you very soon.